love it here. So I'm going to show you what we've done with the back here, our back garden. This is about, what do you think, about 36 feet long this way? 36 feet by 12 feet. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 raised beds. And I'm going to just talk to you about some of the stuff that we have in here. We have, right here we have squashes. Over here we have cabbages. There's some tomatoes. Here we have growing some sunflowers and some, what is this, marigold? Cucumbers. Over here, this is going wild over here. This was before we arrived. Apparently the woman who lived in the house before was an herbalist. And so we have growing here what we thought was lettuce, and then we were cutting it up. I was putting it in pesto, and everyone was getting totally zonked and having crazy dreams. And then we found out that it's mugwort. So mugwort is an herb that helps you to sleep deeply and enhances lucid dreams. So now we're drying it, and we're going to be using it for tea, but maybe we won't be cutting it up and putting it into pesto anymore. So here we have lettuce, real lettuce. We have butter lettuce, bib lettuce. Over here we're test growing for turtle seeds in upstate New York, some melons. And we have like different types of melons. We're using a mound method where we put in a bunch of seeds, and we're going to see which ones develop the best. And over here we have potatoes, which I actually think are getting ready for harvesting. I planted these sometime in April, and these were just seed potatoes that I picked up at the supermarket, at the health food store actually. And I can see the one in the back is starting to get yellow now, so I think it's actually time to start harvesting. Here we have some tomatoes that are getting flowers. We did not have luck in this bed. We do have some beets coming up, but super slow growth. I mean, the thing in Vermont is that because the temperature fluctuates so much, so today it's gorgeous, it's like 75 degrees, but tonight it'll go down to maybe 50. Last night it went down to 45, so it tends to make the growing season slower, because even though it doesn't kill the plants, it just makes everything grow much slower because it's so cold. So I don't know what's going on with this tomato here. I have with me right now, I'm going to go around 85% of what happens in the garden is due to fungus. So I have here an antifungal and also bug repellent. It's completely natural. It's made with thieves cleaner, and then I added to it some geranium, some lemongrass, some palo santo. So these are all essential oils, and so I'm going to go around and spray and see if I can't get you know, some of this, like, I don't know, this looks like light, I guess. So I'm gonna, and light is, you know, is a fungal situation. These cabbages look a little bit like they're getting buggy. Here's some more potatoes over here. These are blue potatoes, and it's just so interesting. These are the same seed potatoes. Why these are so much smaller than these, who knows why, but these are doing beautifully in this bed right here. And we're doing, just, you know, FYI, this is no-till compost-based gardening, so we're using no pesticides, completely organic. What Mark did when we moved in here was he created these raised beds. We put down cardboard and then put compost on top. So there's only about 2 inches of compost on this, and this is what we're seeding. We planted our seedlings and our seed potatoes straight into the compost. So it's amazing how little compost you need, and really how little weeding you need to do. These are just pine needles that are falling from this tree up here. So it's kind of almost like mulch that goes over everything, but we have very little weeds. Which is great, and which gives us so much more time to just enjoy being in the garden rather than, you know, pulling out all the weeds all the time. So let's take a walk over here. I'm gonna see if I can get to some of these cabbages with my anti-bug And you can see like these were planted, when did we plant these? Like 2 months ago maybe? A month ago. So, you know, these are starting, the tomatoes also look like, some of them look great, some of them have this light, I thought I saw flowers on that one. But again, this has nothing in it that could be toxic to plants, and it's just really helps them to, you know, prevents the bugs from eating them. Over here we have beans. What happened here to this guy? Our beans, which were looking really great. Hopefully they'll be looking great again. I want to show you our compost bin because we've been working on this. We have 3 bins now set up. So here is our compost. I don't know if we can get a shot of the actual compost that's in there. We just turned it for the first time, so you're going to see our garbage, but then underneath, I don't know if we could show it from here, if that shows like the layers of soil that are being built in there. Such an amazing process. We put in there our food waste, grass clippings, weeds that we pick, and we just keep putting it in, and Mark made this really amazing container, and we just keep it somewhat covered so it doesn't get too much rain. And now we're going to be putting 2 more containers here. So we're going to start with one where we start with just waste, and then we transfer it to the middle. Is that how it works? And then we eventually put it into the main one. And our goal is that we will have enough compost by the end of the summer, by the beginning of winter, that we can cover these beds with a layer of compost so everything can kind of settle over the winter. And we're going to try to overwinter some lettuce. We're going to put in some window boxes and cover them up really well and see if we can grow some lettuces over the winter. So I have over there, you can see we have our little greenhouse. The greenhouse is where we are starting. We started our seeds inside in the winter. We started them in January, February. No, we started them later than that. We started them in
April.
March. And then we moved them out when it started to get warm. We had a really warm April up here. So we moved them into the greenhouse outside in April, where they stayed, and many of them looked really, really great. And then when we planted them in May, a lot of them didn't survive. They just couldn't, it just got too cold for them. So next year, we're going to figure out something where we have some lights downstairs, where we're going to be, keeping them warmer and keeping them indoors for a longer period of time. But you live and learn. This is how gardening is. You just, from season to season and year to year, you get to know your land and you get to see what's going on. So hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to show you, maybe just show a whole, how beautiful it is up here. The beautiful blue sky of Vermont. Oh, so peaceful. We just love it. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.